lovely people. Pauline is my name, and I'm here with my friend Carol, and we shall be discussing, we're life coaches, walking you through an event that we shall be holding in September, talking about the story of my life, helping you embrace all that you are and heal so that you can be all that you're meant to be. Now, today we shall just be discussing one of the topics that we shall be covering at the event, and that's health. And health has a has a big part to play in our lives because it's what composes how we show up in our physical body. And really, what's our relationship with health? That's the food we eat. How do we carry ourselves when it comes to how I eat? What beliefs do I have when it comes to my health? Do I find that I'm big enough? Do I find maybe I am always unwell? And all that just shows, because the one thing I've come to realize, health is a projection of what's happening inside. And the relationship to this physical body has a way of helping me understand what is it that I'm not seeing on the inside, because sickness is what will help me connect with what's happening inside. But because we're living in a very first world, we don't take time to listen to our bodies and see what our bodies are trying to tell us. We fight immediately any disease that comes without being in that space to understand. Really, if it's a headache, that's the first sign that something is amiss with our inner being. That's the person, the inner child that we do not take care of. It's trying to tell us something that we need to pay attention to. So sometimes when I have a headache, what do? I have so much that's happening around me. I will swallow medication and kill that. Then eventually it comes in another force. It will be next time a stomachache. Next time it will be I will collapse. And at that point I have no choice. I'll be admitted in hospital, and then I will be withdrawn from everything and have to look at myself. Health is really a reflection of our spirit trying to connect to our physical body. Yeah. But we live like we're two separate people. Our body and our spirit are two separate people. But yet the most wise part of us is a spirit, which will always try and tell us when our body is going out of sync with our inner spirit. What do you think about it, Carol?
Yeah, I mean, I think the greatest revelation that has ever happened in my life is realizing that I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. So I am first a spiritual being. I am not somebody who has a spirit. I am a spirit who has a body. And so when anything is happening in my physical being, then that pain or that discomfort is the connection that my body has with my spirit. And it's my spirit trying to tell the body there's something here. And when we look at our belief system and our belief structure, we've got something called the energy body, and that's what we will talk about at the event. You've got different energy points in your body, and in those energy points you hold different beliefs. So if you have a belief that I'm not enough, then maybe you're holding it within your heart, and so that belief will continue to attract negativity until something happens that will get a connection to your body. So this energy will be so clogged up, and it will begin communicating with your body. And so an organ around this area will begin to experience discomfort. And that happens in all the other energy places within our body. So I find that knowing that has helped me a lot. Not only evaluate what I'm eating, but what I'm thinking, because that has a direct connection with my health. I have suffered from asthma for a long time, but the beginning of my healing came as a result of changing my belief system. And some people go to the doctors and they are told they are sick, and then they begin to believe that, and they form identities based on that. That's true. And so they have to behave. Your body behaves according to what you believe. So if you believe you're asthmatic, it has to give you an asthmatic attack every now and then to keep reminding you that this is who you are. So if you shed off that belief, then your body will comply, because it is just miming your spiritual being.
Actually, as you said, I just remembered. I remember my first pregnancy. I got an ectopic pregnancy. And at that point, I remember it was so painful. And I was on a flight, because then I worked in an airline. I was on a flight coming from Amsterdam, and I collapsed. And when I went to hospital, they had to take me immediately to the theater because it had already ruptured my tube.
Wow.
And I remember after I recovered, after the surgery,
Yeah.
and the guy I was seeing had to look at my other tube because now I only had one tube. I hadn't had any kids.
Yeah.
And he told me that this other tube was also blocked, that I needed to unclear the tube if I ever wanted to have kids. And I needed to book for a surgery. My husband pestered me for a very long time that I needed to go for the surgery, but I said no, I'm not gonna do that. I don't believe my tube is fine. And he told me, my dear, let's just do this once and for all. But for me, I said, how does the doctor know? I feel I'm fine.
Yeah.
If I'm supposed to have kids, I believe with this tube as it is, I'll have kids. Guess what? 2 years later, I had my first baby. I never had no surgery because the one thing that I realized, it was not a doctor's word.
Yeah.
It was what I believed, that my body was going to respond to my energy.
Yeah.
And knowing that I knew deep within me that I was going to have kids with exactly the way my body was,
Yeah.
it responded the same.
Yeah.
And that was the first time that I began to believe. My beliefs have a lot of influence on who I am
Yeah.
and how I relate to the external environment.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
your health is a projection of really your
Yeah.
belief.
Exactly.
Even whatever you're eating, are you eating from a place of thinking that, oh my God, this is a bad food? Because then what you get out of it is
bad.
exactly to respond to your belief that this
Exactly.
food is bad.
Yeah.
Are you eating saying, oh my God, this place, people who have been here have eaten this and they've gotten infected?
Yeah.
That's exactly what you're projecting, and you will create the same in your life.
Yeah. And healing is really shedding off all that you're not.
Yes.
Everything that you've ever believed that you are and you realize you're not, shedding that off is what is healing. So are you sick? Are you, suffering any ailment, cancer, whatever it is? Do you want to get healed? You should come at the event and begin to evaluate what's happening within you that is being reflected by this illness that you have. And we'd really be excited to hear your story as well.
Come and let's join. With love, we shall help you become all that you're born to be, in a healthy body, in a healthy spirit.
The Story of My Life is an event that will help you back to wholeness and healing. It will turn you into the you that you are and connect you to your destiny.